Hey y'all, this is AL Thick Madame. Cinnamon Sugar is up under this hood doing what she gonna do, and she gonna stay up under this hood. Anyway, I just wanted to come on here and give y'all an update on some things that's been going on. So here's my last life update for August 2025. Okay, y'all. So earlier this week, my daddy and I took a little day trip to Florida. I thoroughly enjoyed my daddy-daughter time with him. And it actually coincidentally ended up being on the day of my uncle's birthday, who is no longer with us. He passed away earlier this year. And my daddy went to that funeral, which was in Florida, because that's where my uncle lived. The way we ended up going to where we were going, we passed by his final resting place. And before we had to turn off to go where we were going, we could see his church in the distance. And so my dad was like, oh, well, when we come back, I'll swing by so you can see it. Because I didn't see it. You know, obviously I'm in the condition that I'm in, so I didn't go to the funeral. So we went and did what we were going to do. And we ended up swinging back by, and I took little video footage and stuff because my mama, you know, considering the condition she in, obviously she couldn't make it to her brother's funeral. So I took pictures and stuff and video footage of his church and of his grave site. Well, the graveyard, because we did not pull up into the grave yard. We were on the highway. You pass by it on the highway. So we passed by it twice. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed my time with my daddy. I love talking to my daddy. I love spending time with my daddy. A lot of people, I hate that a lot of people do not have the type of father that I have. My daddy is a jack of all trades. He is privy to a lot of information that a lot of people have no knowledge of, even exists. Sometimes he'll tell me about certain things on the road that only him and a handful of people know about. And when I really dig deep enough, I find out that he ain't just talking. Because some people will really talk a good game just to be heard and to feel like they're more important than and all this. My daddy be talking about stuff that he actually helped to do. And it's like stuff that y'all would never think about that he had a hand in. And I just be looking like, my daddy be out here. Or he really used to be out here when he was much younger. Doing very important things that y'all would never think about. So anyway, so tell me why, y'all. One of the times we were talking, he randomly was like, you know that the troopers, they end up directing the traffic flow from Florida to Alabama when they have hurricane evacuations. I had no idea that they do that, where since the way we went is 2 lanes going this way, 2 lanes going towards Florida. And when they're doing hurricane evacuations, all traffic is leading straight out of Florida, so they don't have mass congestions and all that other stuff. Jam-packed traffic like that. They have a consistent flow with everybody getting up out of there. And so I was like, no, I never knew that. But it makes sense. So like he be telling me about stuff I never knew about and all that. It just be interesting talking to my daddy. I just always hated that he never allowed me to learn certain things when it comes to cars. I always wanted to learn how to change a tire. I always wanted to learn how to, change my own oil and, things like that. Only thing I really do know is like you need to make sure that your oil is changed when it needs to be changed because your vehicle might start making certain noise or whatever. So it's funny because even though my daddy made it so I wouldn't really know much of nothing. And I think he only did that because he always saw myself and my sister, if we, ended up with somebody, from that responsibility being, passed on from him to that man, right? And I get that. But I really wish he would have let me get up under the hood and taught me stuff. And get up under the vehicles and talk and teach me that stuff. I really would stand out. Like I literally would stand out there with him in the heat and everything. I would go out to his shed. I would go out to his little workshop while he was building stuff from scratch. Like I really wanted to learn. Like it was very interesting watching him work and seeing how his mind works because he's one of the people where he will build stuff from the ground up or he will figure out stuff that other people were never able to figure out. And it was easy to him to figure it out. Like his mind is very interesting. So yeah, that was the only thing I really regret. But yeah, I really did enjoy my time with my daddy. We had a safe trip there and back. Even though my daddy was trying to act like he had a lead foot again, it's like after he got his glaucoma surgery, he's had a metal foot again. I don't know what that's about. Because I was like, why he speeding past everybody like we in a hurry? Like we are not in a hurry. Like he literally kept passing so many people. I'm like, why are you doing all this? And so in the family group chat, I'm telling them that he doing what he doing. And my brother answered first. He was like, yeah, that tracks. My daddy typically drive my brother his doctor's appointments and all this other stuff or whatever. Because like I told you, after everything happened to my brother, they don't really like him driving like that. Like they still kind of, even after all this time, they kind of be like, Now he does drive alone every now and again. When he actually does go somewhere, he'll go visit his friend and then come back home or whatever. He'll go in the city and visit his friend and come back home. But for real, like being by himself like that, no, usually my daddy and him are together running errands and stuff like that. So yeah, y'all, I enjoyed myself. So so in the family group chat, I said that. So then my sister, I guess she was on the bench at the time. And so when she got off the bench, she was like, what you doing letting daddy drive you? Why daddy drive me? Like she kept on saying like similar stuff. And I'm looking at her like, girl, what you mean? Why am I letting our daddy drive? What you mean? I don't like driving like that. My daddy loves driving. Let him drive that car. Shoot. Him and our mama taught us how to drive. They both taught all of us how to drive. So we got certain things from each one of them. I'm a speed demon a little bit at times because of him. It is what it is. I like backing into parking spaces and things. It is what it is. I'm sorry. So anyway, so this was the part. I'm gonna tell y'all this part, then I'm gonna move on. So I was like, how is driving Miss My Name gonna work if he ain't driving? If he ain't driving me? My daddy got to be the chauffeur to do that. My sister was so done with me. I'm over there dying laughing. And my daddy finally said something. He was like, I wonder what's going on. I was like, what you mean? He said something. I said, oh, daddy, that's us. Don't worry about it. Ain't nothing important going on. His phone just going off. Because I was like, oh, yeah, his phone going off. Because it's the family group chat. It's not the sibling group chat. It was the family group chat I was saying all this in. Because I wanted my mama to see it too. But she hadn't seen it yet. And so I was like, okay. But that was so funny, y'all. Oh my gosh. But I enjoyed myself. Oh my gosh, I enjoyed myself. Y'all, so let me tell y'all about what's been going on. So before we headed out, I went inside to see my mama. I have not laid eyes on her in real life in months since all this stuff went down with me. And they told me, don't worry about coming down here until you get yourself right and all this other stuff, because it's hard for me to do what I need to do. It's hard for me to walk. It's hard for me to, do the most basic of things. It was to the point where I couldn't hardly get in the car. So they were just like, don't worry about coming down here. When the time is right, you'll be able to start coming back. And I'm in my feelings. Because like the main reason why I left my job was because I'm thinking I'm finna help take care of my mama with aftercare when it comes to surgery, and then the people played in my mama's face. So imagine me going in there and I'm looking at my mama and I'm looking at my mama's legs, and my mama's legs are, small. She had already been telling me, like when we talk on the phone, that she's lost a lot of weight and that she's really small and all this other stuff. And we make jokes about stuff. Like sometimes it's kind of dark. But when I did get in there after she had already been told me that she had lost a lot of weight, I was like, yeah, so y'all sit up there and y'all over here starving mom and doing all of this, making her wither away. I'm calling Adult Protective Services and all this other stuff. So my mom and my daddy in there cackling loud as I don't know what, because, I'm talking crazy. Obviously, they're feeding her. Obviously, she fine, because my mom is the type, she will go off. So, she getting fed. But she normally has been eating mainly things that most people see as healthy or whatever, right? She likes lentils and all this other stuff. And luckily for her blood type, if that's really even a thing, some of the stuff that she be eating is fine, and it does aid in you losing weight and all this other stuff. But she loves lentils, so I'm like, well, thankfully it's stuff that she actually enjoys, and so she eating how she eating. And because she's a diabetic and all this other stuff, she limits the things that she eats. She has this little program that she put her own self on where she drinks some kind of protein shake, and she'll eat like a cup of Jello or something when she wants something sweet and all this stuff. Like, she's very like disciplined. I'm like, I wish I had this discipline. I ain't seen this discipline since like 2019 or something like that. 2019, 2020. I was very disciplined. When I tell you nothing deterred me from what I was doing, nothing. So yeah, at first I looked at her legs and I didn't know how to feel, but then I was like, you must remember, your mama used to be a twig before she started having babies. And it's like, she was having C-sections, and so it was hard for whatever reason for her to lose weight. She just had a big apron belly, and she wasn't very active and all this other stuff. So it's like almost all her weight was like belly. And so it just didn't make sense to me how other people were giving birth to kids. Like, one of my aunts, she had 4. And then like one of my cousins had said something, and I was like, well, she had 3 kids. And they was like, well, she had 4 of us. And our mama don't look like that. Now, this is us as children, like, supposed to be like innocent. And I was just like, oh, I don't know what to tell you. But I don't think they mama was having like C-sections and trouble like she had been having. And like, she had been having surgeries all in between all that. So it's like so much stuff was going on. But prior to all of this, my mama used to be a twig. So I didn't feel like, oh my gosh, I want to cry. Look at how small my mama is in comparison to how I've seen her my entire life. Because she always had like normal size legs, I guess you could say, or kind of little legs. But just seeing her like that was different. It was different for me. But again, like I said, I had to just remember my mama used to be a twig. But she's doing well. And I'm thankful for that. We talk every day, at least once a day. And we laugh. And like some days we'll be on the phone for over an hour laughing about certain things that we've watched, or talking about certain things that are going on in the news in our area, in the surrounding areas, and things that she hadn't heard about, because a lot of stuff you don't hear about it unless you on TikTok. When I tell you I find out about some stuff that don't nobody be talking about in the world until I get on TikTok, it'd be crazy. And so I talked to her about, she's like, I ain't never heard about that. What you talking about? And I tell her, give her the lowdown, and we be talking. But yeah, y'all, my mama is doing well. Thank y'all for the continued prayers and things of that nature. I really do appreciate that. But yeah, we ended up going where we went, and we enjoyed ourselves, me and my daddy. It was great. I'm so grateful that I was able to spend that time with him. So y'all, last weekend, I decided that I was going to eat something that I ain't had no business eating. But I was like, well, whatever. I don't really eat bad like that. Most of the time I'm eating fruit all week. And so I'll take 1, maybe 2 days where I eat whatever I want to eat. So Saturday night leading into Sunday, I ended up putting in a mobile order for Taco Bell. And I had not had the stuff that's out there right now that's new, limited time, all this other stuff. They had this new Baja Blast. They had this new Mountain Dew that sounded delicious. My friend is addicted to it, and she be drinking it like it's nothing. Like, she drinks it for lunch and dinner every day, and like she be going crazy on it. And so I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. I'm gonna finally try it. So the app said it wasn't at the location that I was gonna go to, so I ended up putting in my order somewhere else. So I got steak, which I don't care about nobody's steak. I got the steak street chalupas, I think that's what they're called, and whatever. When I got home and undid the wrappers, I was looking like, oh, is somebody playing? Because it didn't look like no meat was going on. So I'm looking like, where the meat at, though? I'm confusion. I have never, in all the 20-something years of me eating Taco Bell, have I had to pry open a burrito, a taco, or nothing to see if food was on the inside of it until that day, until last Saturday/Sunday. And when I tell y'all I was so disgusted, this is what I saw. Keep in mind, whenever I eat there, I don't buy nothing that has steak in it because I don't care about steak. Now, I already know all this stuff fake and none of this is good for me, but I wanted it and I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna get this. I've been doing well all week and this is gonna be my little cheat meal, so to speak, or whatever. No. Y'all finna run me my money back because y'all done lost y'all mind thinking that this is what's finna fly and that y'all finna just keep on racking up money and this is what y'all are serving the people. No. You're already serving slop. You're already serving death. If I'm going to go out or if I'm going to eat bad, I want to enjoy what I'm eating. Y'all, the nothingness that was already within it. Then I'm a bread person. So I'm like, oh, well, I want to see what this tastes like. It tastes like straight grease. I've never tasted nothing from them where it tastes like grease. Like it literally just tasted like grease. I was like, what is going on with y'all? And my favorite thing is like a regular chalupa. So that's why I was disgusted. Like I was like, ooh, what this about? Once my first favorite ended up not being my favorite no more when somebody did something. I don't know what they did. I don't know if they changed something. When that Crunchwrap Supreme, I don't know what somebody did, but the last time I had it, years upon years ago, like almost 20 years ago or something like that, I don't know what they did to it. It didn't taste right no more. I was like, yeah, let me move on. It had all the meat and stuff in it that it needed to have. It was the right amount of meat, all that stuff. But yeah, these people tried it. And I sent a picture to my friend. She was like, oh no, they tried you. Yeah, they was playing in your face. I said, oh no, it don't even matter because they're going to run me my money back one way or another. So I went through the process, did it on the app, and they talking about, oh, well, which way would you like for us to communicate with you? Email or phone? Would you like whatever? And I'm like, yeah, go ahead. And I need to speak to a live person at some point in time. So since it was the weekend, I'm expecting maybe Monday or Tuesday for somebody to reach out. I'm going to give y'all a couple of days. Checking my email, ain't nothing but that one initial message came through to us. Oh, thank you for your feedback and whatever. And we'll talk to somebody reach out to you soon, whatever. Get out of my face. People ain't never say that. So all throughout the week, something will happen where it'll remind me of it because in my mind, I'm the type of person where I can't let stuff get too far away from me. Y'all, I don't remember if I think I told y'all about it before. I had ordered these shoes. And they were like, what they call it? Alexander McQueen's, where they're like Air Force Ones that had wings. But I can't, like, they were big wings. Like, them shoes were cute, but they were too big. The ones that I ended up getting, they were too big. I don't know what happened. Anyway, so I just sent them back to the person via the same address that was on there. So the person waited like 3-4 days after the fact to reach back out to me and was like, well, you need to send stuff to this address. I was like, oh, well, I just sent it back to the address that was on there because it was a literal address on there that they came from. And so he was like, no, you need to send it back here. And I'm like, well, it's already been sent. You need to run my money. Them shoes was $116, not including tax. Like I was, doing something nice for myself. That was during a time where I was being nice to myself and doing stuff for myself instead of just doing everything for everybody else. And that was one of the few times I was treating myself to something I wanted. And at the time, that's what I wanted. Man, them people had a timestamp for everything. The person took the shoes and whoever, I'm like, why did you put a random address on there? So I'm out of $100 and something. I never received my money back. I didn't know then what I know now. Oh, because baby, I'm going to get my money back. I don't care if I paid through a Cash App card from money that I put out through my bank account. I don't care if I paid through my bank account. I don't care if I paid through a prepaid card. I don't care how I pay. You're going to run me my money back if it ain't right. So I learned to me that's expensive because I ain't got that's a couple of gas. That's like 2.5 tanks of gas for me. Like, don't, or 3. Don't do that. That's 93 gas. I could have been paid 2-3 times over. Don't play with me. So yeah, I don't play that no more. I don't just be like, oh, well, ain't nothing I can do about it. No, you gonna run me my money back. I ain't got time for it. Like, that disgusted me. Like, the people wouldn't give me a partial refund or nothing. And I feel like it was them the whole time. They tried to make it seem like that was just a random address they put on there. And I'm like, why? It was said that you came outside, got the shoes, and did what you did to the shoes. But you try to make it seem like it disgusted me. So anyway, them people never said nothing. Friday, yesterday, I was like, oh no, before I forget again, I cannot let too much time get away, because that's another thing they'll try to get you with. So, oh, too much time has passed. Well, I'm waiting on the notification to go through and say that the package is moved, and I ain't saying nothing in months. What I'm supposed to do if y'all keep saying it's in transit, it's in transit, it's in transit, ain't nothing else we can do, and all this other stuff and all. I'm like, baby, I ain't got time. Y'all ain't finna play in my face. So I'm telling y'all, after that instance happened, you can't get me no more. You're gonna give me my money back. You're gonna give me my money back. And these people be trying to try you, and I'm just like, child, I ain't got time for it. Anyway, between 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. on yesterday, I ended up calling corporate, because I was like, everybody online to my, oh, well, I'm out of my money. Who? This is a franchise. These people have a corporate office. They have a corporate number. You better get to calling corporate numbers. I called them folks, told them what happened, and they politely said, oh, we'll refund you. And I had like a little notification that came up through my Cash App, because that's how I pay. See, depending on what I can do, I'm going to be able to finesse and be able to pay less for certain things. They had like a 5% off thing through Cash App. That was the only reason why I did it. Then I had another 5 or 10% within the app. So I'm getting over, in a sense. So I'm like, baby, I'm paying less. So sometimes that's what I do when it comes to like Cash App and stuff like that. I will transfer money from my bank account to pay for certain things, because it's going to be less. Like Crocs, I've had so many discounts from Crocs, y'all. It don't even make no sense. When I was heavily buying Crocs back when I was in Virginia, y'all, I have so many Crocs. I don't even want to get into it. It's too many. People have looked at my Crocs and have been like, what kind of money you got? I ain't got no money like that. They stayed having a sale. If the sale already got my shoes for $10 to $15, and then they offering 10% off up to $50. It just is what it is. It is what it is. I'm finna get these Crocs. I don't understand the problem. But anyway, so yeah, people be trying to play, and the refund is gonna happen. And they already sent me a little thing saying, oh, you finna get your refund. Oh, I know I'm finna get my refund, because y'all trying to play in somebody's face. Don't think you finna send nothingness over here for me to eat and think I'm not finna get my money, because y'all tried it with what was put in my bag. Get out of here. But anyway, y'all, oh my gosh, I was fighting for my life yesterday though too, because I was just like, oh my gosh, I want a seafood boil. Then the next minute I was like, ooh, I want Waffle House. I want some Publix chicken wings. I want some Publix chicken tenders. I want some Publix sub sandwiches. I want some cookies, cakes, pies, ice cream, frozen yogurt. When I tell y'all everything, I want a Papa John's pizza. I live for Papa John's. Everything in the world popped in my mind. And I was just like, if you don't go somewhere and sit down, and then it's raining down. And I'm really over here like, ooh, I can't even see right about now. I still want to go out in it and get me something to eat from somewhere. Ooh, I want Burger King so bad. I want all this crap I don't need. Yeah, I want all of that. I finally let the noises quiet in my mind. And then I politely went in there and ate for the second time of the day. And I ate the same thing I had this morning. well, yesterday morning, which was some honeydew melon and some more chlorophyll. Drunk some more of that. I don't know if y'all know what kind of chlorophyll I be partaking in these days, but this is what I partake of because I've had when it was the original, and these are the ones that I do now. Okay, only these two flavors. They do have others, but these are the only ones that I partake of. They are good to me, and that's what I be drinking. I put one of these in a bottle of spring water, shake it up, and I drink it. Love it. Love it. Now, back in the day, I used to get it, and it didn't taste like nothing, and it was before it became all the rage, and it just was what it was. I was living in, when I first started drinking it, I was living in that trap house with my ex. That's what he called it. And it was a rooming house, and I used to religiously, every single day, I would make me some chlorophyll. It was much harder to get to, mix together then. No matter what temperature the water was, it used to try me. So yeah, I drink 1 to 3 bottles of this a day. I have to get back into it, but hold on. All right, y'all, I'm trying to get back into it because I used to religiously drink this every day, which was a cup of water up to a bottle of water with some of this in it, which is collagen. And it looks the way it looks because when I got it, it was prior to Juneteenth. So I don't have that on there. Now, I got 2 of these. This is the one that's not open. I don't know what I did with my one that's not open. I think I'm just overlooking it. It was like kind of like near me, but it's in its little bag or whatever. But this is Black Girl from Black Girl Vitamins. I don't play that. I need what I need. And I used to religiously, I would drink my mixture in the mornings. And if you keep forgetting what that is, it's a little bit of spring water, the juice of key limes, cayenne pepper, ceylon, cinnamon, cloves, and ginger root and turmeric. That's what's all in this. I'm almost done with this. I already had my oil of oregano, and it's everything. I hate how it tastes, but it do what it's supposed to do. Yeah, I already did that for today. And now I need to drink my tinctures. This is stinging nettle root. I am doing pretty good with this. I am down to about 30% left of this. So I take this twice a day. When I do take it, I've been losing my mind over the last day and a half, 2 days, but today I'm back at it for real. And just let it sit under your tongue so it can kind of absorb into your bloodstream, and then you swallow it, but it's not a nasty taste, thank goodness. And so I do that. And so today, if I have my way, the way it's going to go is I'm going to finish this because on an empty stomach, I was drinking this, right? I already had my oil of oregano in that. And continue to drink the rest of this and at least drink 1 more bottle of the chlorophyll, which again is this. Doesn't matter which pack, but I love them both equally, so I, drink. And just need 1 pack per bottle. Y'all, I'm nervous a little bit because I'm almost out of my spring water in these bottles, and that means it's going to be time for me to start going to the actual artesian well. So I'm debating on if I'm going to go on ahead and start going this week and fill up my jugs because I have 4 jugs. They will last me for quite some time, but I want to start going once every 2 months. If there's some way that I can keep all that, because they're 7-gallon jugs. I might be able to get 2 months because it's not in my city. It's like 2 or 3 cities away, but it's worth it. So I can have me some good fresh water, and it's free. Um, but yeah, I've had so many cases of water. I usually have, well, I've had 12 on hand, and I've been going through this water. I am starting on my last case. I'm about to start on my last case, so that's why I'm like, well, I think I need to go ahead and start going over there and getting that water. I'm dreading it because I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm hopeful that where it is, I can back my car up to it, and so I won't have to walk far after I filled it up, because it's gonna be heavy. It's 7 gallons per jug. Whew. And I mean, it's gonna be a good little workout. And I've always wanted to do it and have someone with me who would carry them for me, but I'm gonna have to do what I gotta do, even if I gotta do that by myself. What else? Oh, so I was telling y'all my routine. I'm almost done with this, and I only stopped because I started talking to y'all or whatever. I don't like how it tastes, but it do everything I need to do. It is what it is. Of course, I hate how olive oregano tastes as well, but it do what it need to do. I'm going to be drinking several bottles of water, spring with water throughout the day. I'm hopeful that I'll be able to get 1 to 2 32 ounces of teas in me today. In between me eating fruit, I want to eat fruit 2 or 3 times today. So I'm debating on if I'm gonna finish up my honeydew melon today and then start on my pineapples, or continue eating some plums. Like, I have, my refrigerator is full of stuff. I got oranges in there, plums. The rest of my honeydew melon I finally bust open that I bought like last week. Muscadines. Oh my gosh, the muscadines were so good. I finally busted in them yesterday. Them things was good. I had 4 cartons of those. So I'm down to almost being done with 2 of the cartons. A cucumber. I got some spinach in there. I need to see if it's still any good. If it is, I'm gonna make me a salad. I might make a salad later on today. I think I said the pineapples. I got like 4 pineapples in there that I gotta cut up. I got 2 bags of apples. I have mangoes, strawberries, and I got a bag of cherries. I almost forgot about them. Them cherries been good too. Like, I have a lot of fruit and stuff in there, and I'm thankful. Very thankful. So I'm gonna eat 2 to 3 different times today. And in between those times, I'm gonna be drinking water and teas and all the other stuff. And if I'm consistent like that, hopefully I'll be walking a little bit in between and stretching and using my vibration plate and doing lymphatic massages, and I'll just be where I need to be. I have a lot of stuff ahead of me. I'm trying to prepare my mind and my body for what is to come. I had a major blessing that happened to me on yesterday that took me by surprise, and I wept for I don't know how long. Like, it was just like, what in the world? But yeah, life has been lifing, but I'm trying to get through it. I feel like I'm kind of getting through it the best way I can, and that I am almost out of this storm. As usual, if you do want to donate, feel free to donate to my Cash App. My Cash App is my name, money sign AL Thick Madame, which you see on this page. And I appreciate y'all for stopping by. Y'all have a good weekend.